Namaste and welcome to Alpha Mind Power channel. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please do so. We talk a lot about the mind, the different facets of the mind, what all we can do better with the mind. So we talk about all that and it will be very useful to anybody. Today's topic is going to be about, do you feel that you keep forgetting things? Do you feel that you make mistakes in life? Do you misplace things? How can you set this right? This is something which I think a lot of people have, this kind of a problem. I have come across so many people who say, I don't know, maybe because of the age or maybe because I have too much work, I keep forgetting things, I keep leaving things here and there and then keep looking for them. All this we keep hearing again and again. But can we do something to change this? Of course we can. So let us see a few points I will tell you and try them out and see whether it works for you. The first point is, keep a small notebook if you can. That is an old-fashioned way of doing it and I like to do it that way. But today's generation, they always prefer the mobile phone. So maybe you can keep a page there where you can write down notes. But whatever you wish to do, very, very small things. I am not talking about big goals, because big goals we will not forget. And big jobs also we will not forget, because those things you will have to do them anyway. But what we keep forgetting is small things. You have to make that call to somebody. You have to call the iron person, or you have to tell the maid something, or you have to convey something to somebody else, or you had to order something, from Swiggy. So those kind of things you keep forgetting, and sometimes it becomes a bit late also. So if you just make a note somewhere, even one word is sufficient, one small line is sufficient. Definitely you will not forget. So whatever you're planning to do, we are not talking about big plans for your life. No, we are talking about day-to-day life. Whatever you need to do, small things, just make a note somewhere. This will help you to remember them, and it will not allow you to forget or miss anything. So that is one very important point. Point number 2. Many people have this problem that I misplace things. I keep something somewhere and then I keep looking for it the whole day and finally I find it somewhere else. So this goes on and on. How can you overcome that? Whenever you're sitting somewhere, you're doing something, it could be eating in the house at your dining table, or it could be in the office doing your work there, whatever it may be. When you're moving out of that place, make sure you turn back and look around. Just see whether everything is as it should be. Whether you wanted to move something, then move it. Whether you forgot to take something, then take it. Whether you wanted to keep something somewhere else, then you can do it. So that closure, when you're leaving that place, if you're getting down from a car, just look at your seat. Have you left something behind? So that habit, if you inculcate, that whenever you finish something, some work, and you're getting up from there, or you're moving from there, one look if you take there, then you will never misplace anything. 99% you will be able to avoid all these kind of small irritating things which happen in life. So that is the point number 2. Okay, and point number 3 is, think before you take any decision. Again, another thing which people keep on complaining about is, I should not have done that. I did it in such a hurry, in a haste. I never consulted anybody. I never even thought about it for a moment. It just came to my mind, I took a decision and did it. This we hear again and again from so many people. Sometimes maybe even we do it like that. How can we avoid that? Make it a point to stop yourself for maybe 10 seconds. You have heard this, that if you feel angry, you count from 1 to 10 and your anger comes down. It's not only for anger, it is also for decision making. So when you're making a decision to buy something, when you're making a decision to speak something to somebody, or whatever it may be, hold yourself back for 10 seconds, count in your mind 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 10, and then think, should I do it? Yeah, and then go ahead. So that gives you that little bit of time for certain inputs to come into your mind. Many people say, when I made that decision, I had forgotten about this, I did not remember this fact, this came to me later. So if you give that little bit of time before taking a decision, I'm sure whatever inputs are already there in your mind also can come up to you, and then you can take the right decision. And then point number 4, be willing to be responsible for whatever decisions you take or whatever you actually do. Because once you become responsible, then your mind is very strong and you say, okay, now I have taken this decision. This is my responsibility, and whatever is the outcome, I shall face it. and I shall do whatever is required. I shall keep moving forward. I shall see what is next. So once you make that decision, then the mind becomes more alert. You're alerting your mind and saying, look, I'm taking this decision. It may be right, it may be wrong, but whatever happens, I am taking responsibility. I am responsible and I will take care of the outcome. Whatever may be the outcome, I will handle it. When you go with that kind of attitude, you can't afford to forget something. You can't afford to take a wrong decision. The mind gets the message that this is not a joke. I have to be careful. But most of the time, many people, when they take an important decision also, they say, I don't know why I decided. Yeah, I just like that did this. I just like that thought I'll go there. I simply thought, what is there? Let me do. This kind of talking, this kind of thinking, it keeps your mind at ease. It doesn't keep your mind on its toes. So the mind also doesn't bother. You just take some decision, very lackadaisical attitude. If something happens, we see somebody will set it right. It's not like that. No matter what happens, I have to take care of it. If you come to that attitude, then you will be much more alert, much more careful in whatever you do. And the fifth point, last but not least, avoid self-pity. Self-pity is like quicksand. This is a Chinese proverb which I heard many years back. Self-pity is like quicksand because you cannot build anything on it. You know about quicksand. If you go and stand there, it will keep pulling you down. You will go inside and get buried. So on that kind of sand, you cannot you can't make a construction. You can't build anything. Nothing will stay. Everything goes down. So if there is self-pity also, it only gives excuses for your forgetfulness. It gives excuses for your wrong decisions. Because when there is self-pity, a person will say, what to do, I'm aging. So that's why I'm making mistakes. Because of my age, I'm forgetting things. Because of my age, I've taken this decision. I didn't think about it. I don't know what to do. My mind is becoming very clouded. So all this is more of self-pity than of taking responsibility. So avoid self-pity completely and tell yourself, alert your brain, tell your mind, tell your brain that, look, I can't afford to make mistakes. I have to take responsibility for whatever I decide or whatever I do. So let me decide, make the right decisions. Let me do what is only right. So when you sit up like that and make your brain and your mind understand that, yes, I want to do things properly. I do not want to make any mistakes. I will not allow any mistakes. Then you will see a better version of yourself. You will see yourself more aware, living in the present, not forgetting anything, not misplacing anything, speaking the right words. All this will come when there is more awareness in the mind. So create that awareness and keep these points in mind, and then let me know how you feel. Let me know whether you can see some changes in yourself. It's very interesting. So work with yourself and become a better version of yourself.